What sort of assistance do you think you can get from the United States that will help you get to this part of self-determination?
What we want, we already got to an extent. We want recognition. We want recognition from abroad, we want recognition locally, and we want recognition from our peers. That is to say, firstly, those people are a people upon themselves, and this, they have the right to make certain decisions for themselves. That is what we want. We don't want people's money. We don't want people's handouts. We as Orania want larger recognition, greater recognition. And I think that is not too much to ask. Actually, I think that's very reasonable. That's very reasonable that we want that. And also, I spoke about recognition, and people might not necessarily understand that from the Afrikaner perspective, but let me tell you something that a lot of people miss. The moment you recognize people as a people unto themselves, as Trump did just now, there is massive opportunities that is open for such people. Now, if we go back and we say, if what Orania is saying is that they come from a long line of Afrikaners, people who are only at home in Africa, we cannot go back to Europe. We do not belong in Europe. We belong in Africa. So if people recognize us as part of this continent, as part of this country in terms of our history, a long history, more than 400 years. My great-grandfather came here in the 1650s. So for 400 years almost, we are part of this continent. If you acknowledge us as Afrikaners, you must acknowledge us as part of Africa, and we want to build a future for ourselves here, and that is the crux of the matter.
A group of white Afrikaners want the help of Donald Trump to get their own country in South Africa. Now, these people, they reside in a town called Orania. Orania is a white-only town. Even manual workers are white. So it's a white-only town that is about 8,000 hectares and with a population of roughly 3,000. Now, these people, they are descendants of Dutch settlers who started arriving in South Africa in the 1600s. Now, they came and they found the British Empire, which they conquered, and now they started governing South Africa. So when they were governing South Africa, they came up with laws and they implemented these laws that were advocated for racial segregation, and they were very discriminatory. So these laws at the time were about 17,000 laws on land alone. So when apartheid was about to come to an end around 1991, a group of these whites decided that they want to set up a town that is exclusive to just whites, a white-only town. So that is how they acquired a place that was actually a muddy water project. It was a muddy place, so they acquired it, and then they started developing, and they set up the white-only homeland. So South Africa authorities have acknowledged that yes, Orania is able to raise taxes on their own and they can deliver services, but they are not autonomous, and they are still supposed to comply to the rules and regulations of South Africa, because they are under South Africa. Orania is not a country, but they want the help of Donald Trump. They actually sent a delegation to the United States last week to rally and drum up support for this cause. They want Orania to be a country. So they met influential figures, they met some Republicans, and they're saying that South Africa is diverse, and it's not a good idea for South Africa to be run centrally, because, you know, South Africa is very, very diverse. And they are saying that they are shocked. Now, the leaders of the Orania movement are saying that they are shocked that how Trump has responded to the plight of whites in South Africa is giving them what is it called, the refugee thing, offering refugee status for white Afrikaners in the United States. So Orania, they want it to be a country. They want their own country. So a town is not enough, they want a country. A town is not enough, they want a country.
Pan-African lifestyle.
Promote your campaign with PAL. Email info@panafricanlifestyle.com or visit panafricanlifestyle.com for business and general inquiries.